And I'm Jada White, and this is In Retrospect. Have you heard about what Kodak Black said? I'm not going to get too much into detail, but seriously, come on. Shooting a shot at a woman who's barely had 2 weeks to grieve someone who she referred to as, and I quote, her protector, her sanctuary, and her best friend. I mean, the question comes to stand, how far is too far? And how can someone make a career out of just being completely tone deaf? But on a different note, I want to talk a little bit about mental health disparities in different diverse communities. So let's start with, and this was done by the American Psychiatric Association. So let's get into it. The report found that Native Americans report higher rates of post-traumatic stress disorder and alcoholic dependency more than any other ethnic group in America. Also, it's been found that white American males are more likely to commit suicide than any other race and gender in the country. Also, minority youth with behavioral health issues are more likely to be referred to juvenile centers rather than specialty primary care than their white counterparts. Also, approximately 50 to 75% of the youth in those juvenile facilities meet criteria for mental health disorders. Also, it should also be noted that Asians are least likely to seek mental help than any other racial group in America as well.
We need to be as conscious as possible when it comes down to our balancing our student and professional lives versus caring for others. In retrospect, it seems like it should be obvious, but we are constantly told that we are what we have. Truth is, we are what we make of ourselves, including the care and lack thereof we provide for ourselves.
While we're on the topic for providing for ourselves, I want to talk a little bit about minimum wage. I'll assure you this will be as neat and concise as I can make it. So, it's been noted in a 2016 report by the Economic Policy Institute that the minimum wage hasn't been adequately providing for anyone since 1968. Now, here's a little fun fact. In 1968, the minimum wage was around $9.63 versus 2010, where the minimum wage it spiked before plummeting down to $7.25. Don't be fooled. It is as misleading as it sounds. Before 2010, the minimum wage never reached where it should have if it had properly kept up with the average wages of productivity increases. See, if it kept up with the productivity increases, minimum wage would be somewhere around $18.85. Also, if it kept up with average wages, minimum wage would be somewhere around $11.35. In retrospect, it's easy to see that, like many things in America, minimum wage has been completely mishandled. We should have flourished together, not one group opposed to another. We could have been riding the wave together opposed to one group being completely crushed by the tidal wave. As for the argument, well, what about small businesses? I find the concern to be a complete mockery, because this is not to say that small businesses are insignificant, but it's to say that our government, with our votes, gave big businesses 2 extreme bailouts for much of nothing. And 11 years later, we still are in the same situation. We have yet to protect small businesses, the backbone of the statewide economy, with the same amount of vigor and momentum.
Speaking about votes, this is how important our voting is. And now for the pre-presidential roll out. The nominees in contest for the Democratic ticket, at least those that matter, We have Beto, and I apologize, O'Rourke, the golden boy who made a come up by getting knocked down by a goblin. Bernie Sanders, because if at first you don't succeed, Cory Booker, you're succeeding, Cory Booker. Julian Castro, a man with substance in his resume and big dreams for everybody, if the nightmare before Christmas don't get to him first. Kamala Harris, former district attorney, also known as a cop on Twitter. Tulsa Gabbard, war vet and former Sanders supporter. There comes a point when we all have to love ourselves more than we did before. And then we have Andrew Yang, big bank take little bank, of course. John Hickenlooper. Besides the last name, this might be the coolest white dude I've ever read about. Wayne Mason. Sorry, guys. Just friends, because politics and footballs aren't just friends. And Tim Ryan, who's either the belly or the beast. There is no middle. And now for our amazing Republican nominees. The amazing, the favorite, meme maker, Donald Trump. Yep, walls, reports, fake news.
All right, well, on the pop culture front, I'm sure you guys have heard the viral sensation that is Old Town Road, but there has been a little controversy of what genre the song might fit in. So the song, I mean, it brings nothing but good vibes and good times to most of the people who listen to it, but when genre comes to play, that is a bit of a gray area. So Lil Nas X, the creator of the song, called it, he referred to the song's genre as it isn't one, it isn't the other, it's both, as far as country and trap. The country genre, has known to be very strict and puritanical, but the fact that it's been pulled from the country billboards is a little controversial, seeming that most of the songs there don't even sound like your old traditional country songs. In retrospect, country music has been trying to maintain an image that wasn't even really theirs to start with. I mean, the people who created country music are not the face of country music today. And big label heads want to stop Lil Nas X from kind of infiltrating in that space. I mean, ask any R&B fan, ask any rap fan, ask any rock fan. They're all going to say the old's better than the new. That's just the way things go nowadays. People want to keep the essence of, what they like and what they feel comfortable with. But, yeah, I think that's all we have time for today.
That's awesome.
In retrospect with Jada White and
Tell Me Lows.
See you guys next time.